Hi everyone, it's Rachel with Rachel's Super Cute Creations, and I'm here today to share a project that I found online. This project is from Lyric Lover 810. If you have not followed her, this is her YouTube, her YouTube link, and she calls these her notepad wallets. And they're really easy, simple, and they're so cute. So check out Lyric Lover 810 on YouTube and check out her tutorial. I'm going to pretty much follow her tutorial. There's a couple things that I'm going to change, but I thought these were really cute, and it's that time of year for gift giving. So I'll show you the ones that I made so far. She makes all of hers out of scrapbook paper, but since I love junk journaling, I decided to make some out of old book pages, and I thought these would be good for people who don't like the girly stuff. And I put a gratitude metal embellishment on the center. So these are really cute, easy, easy, easy. They don't take a lot of supplies. Basically, this belly band is what holds it together, and inside you have a little notepad that you can write on. So great gifts. Christmas is coming up. These are great stocking stuffers. Or if you have office, you want to give people something in your office, this is a great little pad. You can make them feminine or more masculine. Here's what I'm doing. And so I've already packaged mine up. I went to Bath and Body Works, and I found this French lavender and honey lotion that was on clearance. It smells wonderful, and I added a little purple notebook in here and just added some ribbon, and these will go to my coworkers. So let's go ahead and get started. So you do need a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. You're going to need a corner rounder. You don't have to have one, but it's nice. Some sort of punch. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. This is just a little scallop punch. You can use a circle punch, or if you don't have a punch, you can cut something out. So I am using this paper from Michael's. It's just a hot buy pad. I'm going to just pick one of these. You know what? We're going to do, let's see here. Let's do this one. All right, so you take your 12 by 12 paper, and if it's I'm sorry. One more thing you need are these dollar store notebooks, and they come like this. They're called mini writing tablets, and they come 5 stacked up on each other. They're 5 35-sheet tablets, but they're all stuck together. So all you do is just go to where the cardboard is, and you take it apart, and you're going to use one per project. So I'm just going to peel these off, and so we have the last 3. I already used 2 of them earlier today, but I just got these at Dollar Tree for $1, so you can get 5 little gifts for $1. All right, so if you have a dimensional paper, if your paper is dimensional, you are going to want to make sure that you cut it this way so that your dimensions will be correct. It really doesn't matter with this paper. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to line it up. I'm going to cut it 5 inches wide. So just go ahead and cut it 5 inches wide. And then I should have cut this little strip off first. Sorry about that. Let me cut that off quickly. Okay. And then you need to make it 9.5 inches long. So I'm just cutting a 2.5 inch strip off because I don't feel like extending my cutter. And you're going to keep this piece. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this one 5 inches. So you can get 2 out of a piece of paper, and you also end up with this little strip, this 2-inch strip left. So we'll go ahead and trim this up. All right. So you can put your cutter away. Then you're going to take your corner rounder and you're just going to round the corners. This step is not necessary. If you don't have a corner rounder, it's not a big deal. You can just skip this step. All right, so you now have your sheet. Now, in the original tutorial, she actually measures it out. I don't do that. I found that I want to have the first piece of paper cover the whole piece, and I don't really care how big my flap is over here. So I just take this and I sort of dry fit it. So I just line it up right here. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so I'm lining it up along the edge, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just crease that first crease. Okay, then I'm going to take and crease that really well. So that's going to be my top crease. The next thing I want to do is I want to kind of get that, we've got to be able to get that next crease. So I just kind of line it up. Just like that. And then I take my bone folder and I just kind of make that crease there so I can see it. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold it over and crease it well. So I've now created the perfect slot for that notebook to fit in. Now you could measure that. It's probably about 1/8 of an inch, but this is just as easy. So I go ahead and slide my notebook back in there. And then I do the same thing. I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it over and line it up as tight as I can using my bone folder. Flipping it over and doing it again. Okay, so now I'm going to take this off. I'm going to fold on that crease, make it nice and crisp, fold it back on that other crease, okay. Make sure that you keep it straight. Okay, so we now have our crease right here. So the next thing you want to do is use a strong adhesive. She uses red line tape, and you can absolutely use that. But I've been using my Fabri-Tac. And so what you want to do now is turn it this way. And I just put a healthy amount. Why is it always when you start a video your glue doesn't want to work? You know what? Let's grab a different one. All right. Never fails. Okay, so I'm just putting a healthy amount on here, but you don't want too much because you don't want it to go over the sides. And then I'm just kind of smoothing it out. Okay. And then here's probably the hardest part. First of all, if it's directional, you want to make sure you have it going the right direction so that the top is on the top. And then what I like to do is I like to just line it up on this first fold line here. You want the top to be flush. So I just tap it down like that. And Fabri-Tac is a strong glue and it glues very quickly. Okay, so now we have our little notebook. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we need to create a belly band. And you want to use a piece of scrap paper that's contrasting. And the tutorial that she does is she just uses plain cardstock. This is a piece that came from the same collection, so I'm going to go ahead and use it because it's a scrap that I already had. And I cut them about 1 inch. I'm not sure what you'll have to check out her video to see how wide she makes them, but I make them 1 inch. And let's see here. There we go. All right. So I make this 1 inch strip, and then at this point I take my distress ink, and I'm just going to distress ink around the edge of it, just for a little definition. You don't have to do this. This is an extra step. But I'm just giving a little definition to every place. And I like to do it on the belly band too, especially if the belly band is close to the same color as the top. All right, almost there. Okay, so you can see that just gives it a little more definition. And then I do the same with my belly band. And see how much definition you have now that you've done that, compared to if I just put this one on. So that's why I like to ink that up just a little bit. So then all you want to do is take your belly band, and you want this belly band tight. Notice that I only inked one of these edges. That's going to be on top. So I am just pulling this tight, just like that. I'm going to cut this off. And then what I do is I add just a little bit of glue on this part, and then I add a little bit of glue right here so that I know that it's tacked down. And then, I don't know if you can see this. So I take the front of this and I push the glue towards the very end of where I want it to be. And that just makes sure that the glue is all the way across. All right, once I've done that, then I go ahead and just adjust my belly band to where I want it. And here's the fun part. So now what we want to do is we want to take that 2-inch strip that we had left, and we need to punch something. So I'm going to punch this area right here because I think it has some fun definition to it. So there we go. We're going to go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. And there is your little centerpiece. So it's done. Now you have this gorgeous little notebook. Now, if you wanted to add something to it, I'm going to add just one. You can at this point. I'm going to add this little bling here. And then I am just using these bags. These bags are 4.5 inches wide by 8 inches long, 7 inches long, excuse me. And so this is what I'm using, and they're self-sealing. So I just flip it over, put it in the bag. And this is great to send for Happy Mail. Anybody can use a little notepad. So it's just great stocking stuffers. It's good to add into gifts. It's a great thank you gift. And there we go. So I hope you like that quick little tutorial. And I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Rachel Super Cute Creations. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video.